Faker Rise God
I
Mode.
take a chunk.
문화생활을 하는 문화생활.
잘 주무셨어요?
아니요.
얼마나 주무셨어요?
한 4시간 정도 잤습니다.
시차 적응을 좀 미리 하시는 건가요?
네,
하면서도?
지금 미국 사람이에요.
미국 사람이요?
네. 인간
좀 잘 잤어요?
아니요.
얼마나 주무셨어요?
네 시간,
4시간?
5시간, 6시간, 7시간?
평소 오늘도 비행기에서 자기만 할 건가요?
네, 비행기에서 살아있는 시간이 너무 괴롭기 때문에 잘 죽으려고 노력하고 있습니다.
올해 첫 국제전 잘 하고 오세요.
네,
파이팅!
파이팅!
오늘 새벽 한 5시쯤에 껐는데
네,
이렇게 일어나셔서 오셨네요.
안 잤어요.
아예? 근데 좀 괜찮아 보이는데요, 컨디션이?
시차 적응을 완벽히 해가지고
지금 캐나다 시차로? 지금 캐나다 몇 시죠?
오후 8시입니다.
오.
저녁 먹어야 돼요. 밥 줘야 돼요.
MSI에서 가장 견제되는 바텀 있어요?
바텀 듀오요? 없어요.
뭐죠?
모자를 원래 안 쓰는데 그냥 써봤어요. 스타일링을 해야 되는 머리인데 장시간 비행하는데 스타일링 하기엔 좀 그래가지고 모자로 대신 해봤어요. 하나 주셨길래.
예쁘다.
약간 연예인 패션.
생각인가요? 시차 적응?
네?
시차 적응 가서 할 생각인가요?
비행기에서 원래 꿀잠 자는데 이번에는 꿀잠 자면 안 될 것 같아가지고. 왜냐면
미국이랑 시차가 똑같은데 22년에 미국 갈 때 꿀잠 잤다가 진짜 거의 일주일 동안 전기를 살아가지고 그래서 초반에 드라마 안 했어요.
근데 지금 딱 비행기에서 자면은 미국 시간으로 밤에 자는 거던데요? 그럼 가장 견제되는 바텀 듀오가 있다면?
그래도 엘크랑 온이 제일 재밌지 않을까요? 올해 열리는 또 첫 국제 대회인데 또 MSI 저한테는 또 이제 필요한 퍼즐 같은 거기 때문에 또 최선을 다해서 열심히 또 다녀오겠습니다.
지금 사가지고
아니. 들어가서 먹을게. 좀 짧아져요. 들어가. 이렇게 있다가. 지금 이러고 있잖아요. 수명이 짧아진다고? 수명이 짧아진다니까. 담배 안 피워서 괜찮아요. 그럼 다리 피우는 좀 짧아져.
장혁 선수, 오늘 비행기에서 읽을 책은 또 가져오셨나요?
전자 이북 리더기 가져왔습니다.
오늘 들어있는 책은 뭔가요?
오늘은 굿 에너지라는 책을 가져왔습니다.
궁극의 아지르요?
굿 에너지.
조심히 잘 다녀.
Gracefully. Heads up. The whole world in balance.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
Never waste a breath. This is my path. To heal and protect. I lend my aid. Where am I needed? Heads up! For peace of mind. Gracefully. The whole world in balance. Every step, a new journey. Never waste a breath. This is my path. To heal and protect. I lend my aid. Where am I needed? For peace of mind. I heed their calls. Gracefully. Heads up! The whole world in balance.
has been slain. An ally has been slain.
To heal and protect. I lend my aid. Where are my minions?
An enemy has been slain.
For peace of mind. I heed your call.
Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. He has been slain.
The whole world in balance.
Enemy rampage. An enemy has been slain.
Every step, a new journey. Never waste a breath. This is my path. To heal and protect. gracefully. They will go no further. The whole world in balance. Every step, a new journey.
Turret plating will soon fall. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
This is my path.
An enemy has been slain.
To heal and protect.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I lend my aid. Where am I needed?
Okay.
The peace of mind. I heed their call.
to provide all of the LCK knowledge and LCK inputs to you guys to know the best, have the best understanding of the series.
Are you you're just putting a new thing in your resume as an English analyst. When does it stop, G-Sun?
I just want my bullet points to go forever.
All right.
You're a bit quiet, am I?
Let me ask you this then. Are you happy with how the bracket
Am I a bit
played
quiet?
out in terms
No, I
of
think
the
I'm loud
LCK?
enough. I think I'm good, right?
This is a very
Volume's
good
good,
sign
right?
of LCK for sure. I'm happy that we at least have an LCK team secured at the finals. But I don't know. I think this matchup is so hype. I'm just so nervous.
Your two children fighting each other.
Yeah.
Also, it is a bit script that we get kind of LPL versus LPL and LCK versus LCK.
Volume's good.
Absolutely, but I think this is the one that people are even more excited for because we got
Okay, Chad, I have to
CBLG
submit
versus AL
interview
twice
requests.
in the
Who are we
LPL
thinking?
finals.
I'm gonna
did
say
not get to see T1 versus Gen G just when T1 was
Gen
getting
G
so
win.
hot in the MSI qualifier.
I mean, we said it again and again and again. This is the finals that should have happened. They faced off against each other for years upon years. And right when T1 was trying to just around to skyrocket, we don't get it.
I'm kind of feeling Canyon or Chovy.
And G-Sun, we saw it there, but it's kind of like yin and yang, I should say. For Gen Z, they are very successful domestically, incredibly so.
T1
Even we
win.
also saw that in the road to MSI. But for T1 internationally, they've always had everyone's number. What's going on there?
I honestly don't know. Even Chovy, when I talked to him in an interview, I asked him about the T1 matchup. He was like,
Who's saying Keria?
I just don't know. You know, that's the vibe that we have.
Ooh,
around
Nuggies.
We just don't know what kind of
Oh
clutch
my
play they can
God.
make on such a high stake kind of situation. Even Gumayushi also mentioned that he also wondered himself because we didn't get to do the best of 5 in the LCK Road to MSI format. He thought to himself, what if this actually happened, you know?
Yeah, it's the T1 magic. Right when you think that they're down and out and it won't happen, suddenly, like some of the team fights go crazy. They may steal a little Baron here and there. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna say Gen G win, Chovy.
The Barons, the enemies hate this little trick, Yisan.
So officially, we call this T1 Circus or T1 Baron Circus, and it's
T1 win,
actually
I'm
a term that's
thinking
been used
Keria.
on like T1 official content, LCK official thumbnails. You know, it's a thing that has settled for sure. The first play, I kind of understand you're there forcing a play around Baron, and they managed to make a miraculous comeback around this play. So I do get it, but this is still a very risky 5v5 situation. I don't understand how they always have
The good news is T1 will play a minimum of 2 series, right? They're either win or lose today and they play again soon.
Especially if you're behind in a game, you're like, all right, guys, we're pressing the button, the big purple button on the map.
So we can
force the
speak to
situation, and this is
2
another
players of
situation.
Gen G and T1 minimum. So I'm thinking we can get...
players' eyes. I mean, how can they always pull this off? And I think this is actually very effective because every team knows how T1 made some crazy historic plays around Baron at War or something like that. So I think this is actually...
Okay, I requested Chovy and Keria. Done.
I think it's actually a great
And then next time I kind of want to do Owner or Faker and Canyon.
And now instantaneously you have to
Chat, I got Nuggies. Oh my god. Look at that. I got Nuggies.
T1 has it all planned out.
Delicious
and they are ready for
Nuggies.
the fight, and that's how they make these miracles happen. Because they have already thought a couple steps forward.
Yes, and it must be very frustrating to play against. Now,
Okay, ads are going to run now, chat, and then after draft, I can't tell you.
Fight also just going all in, and this is something we do need to talk about a little bit here. Keen
You want to see the stage?
Doran,
Boom.
This was the big news.
They're not even setting up on stage. What the fuck? They're not setting up. What are they doing?
That instead of Zeus, they will be having Doran there. So how has he been doing?
He's been doing, I think, the domestic split a little bit tougher. So the question about like how he's going to be performing and during like playing the carries, because usually Doran is great domestically, and the question is going to be coming into international play. I feel like it got flipped a little bit because the last 2 series during the playoffs, he became clutch. During KT, look, a little bit easy. Just a fist on the KT back there. But during HLE, going up against Zeus, that was the one that everyone had their eyes on. The replacement that people saw, and he really performed well in that.
Oh, this series is going to bang.
Doran for sure is a clutch player, but I also want to point out that Keen is solid clutch player. So I'm really curious to find out how this match is going to turn out in the series today.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, but I got some faith in my boy Doran. Yeah, this guy has been
Doran.
so good in the LCK for
Doran
so
is going to have to
long,
pop off.
But he has this reputation.
Ooh,
of
that
not
card
being
is
able to
kind of
live up to
slick.
the moment internationally, but now being on T1, I feel like he's already shown his worth a number of times. You talked about it in the MSI.
Oh my god, the arena is already like 10 times louder than the last 2 days. It is so much louder.
So I do feel like this is the tournament where Doran will finally wipe that reputation away.
Yeah, I love that stage setting for sure, but I like the way you said it as well. Solid plus clutch. Maybe he has it all. We'll see in this matchup, but we cannot be
I gotta
talking
do the
about
Instagram
Gen G
post.
versus T1 without talking about the mid lane. Faker versus Chovy in our featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Instagram post.
Two of the greatest mid laners.
Wow, that's me. You know when you open your camera and you don't realize that it's facing you instead of backwards?
Of course, it's Faker versus Chovy. 117 games between them, and the score is nearly dead even. 59 to 58 in favor of the GOAT himself. On one side, Faker, with more World Championship titles than any player alive. A trophy in this tournament would leave him tied for the most MSI titles as well. But first, he'll have to make it through reigning MSI champion and the current best mid laner in the world, who seems to have pieced together a winning formula for taking on his mid lane rival. Today, another chapter will be written in one of the most storied rivalries in the history of League of Legends.
An unbelievable rivalry, and at times it must be frustrating for Chovy because we're all calling him one of the greatest, maybe the greatest, but Faker is always there internationally.
59 to 58.
1 to Faker and T1, so it makes it hard to have that full faith.
It really does.
59 to 58.
Joey, to me,
Bro,
is
I
the
can't.
best player in the world today. The problem is he's going up against the most clutch player in the world. This guy always seems to find the moment. Faker is always there at the right time to turn a game on its head, even when you are doubting him. When you're looking at it just on paper, Chovy absolutely has to be favored. He's better in lane. He makes less mistakes. They didn't lose a single series in the LCK. It should be a runaway favorite, but it never feels that way with T1.
Especially
why saying 7 isolated deaths, Giga Chad?
10 LCK champions, 5 world champions. Like, he has it all, and I'm not even going to the individual accomplishments. But Chovy
got the G-Sun resume.
That's true. Meanwhile, like, Chovy has just been dominant for a very long time within the LCK, and the question was about international play. Last MSI got that championship, and he's been killing it.
He did. They only have the one. That's the big question, I think, for Gen G that we're following, because in your head, they should have won 2 world championships already, maybe a couple of MSIs, G-Sun. What does it come down to, you think, in this T1
What does
versus
that
Gen
mean?
G? Is it really a question of
Means
mental
Faker's beat
fortitude,
Chovy
of
59 times or whatever,
being mind-played a little
and the other one's beat the other
I
58
want
times.
to say this is for sure the T1 factor, or maybe even the Faker factor.
The
because
Faker
he's
factor.
So clutch. Chovy, he's an excellent player. He's so good. I recently caught up with Kenyon, and he also mentioned this way, like, Chovy is so good, and he used to believe that once the player hits a ceiling, you can't actually get better than that. But Chovy proved him wrong. After he's hit his peak performance, he becomes even better and better. But Faker also, he has done that before, and now he's super clutch. So that's so crazy.
I've faced Faker so many times. I know how to play against him.
Incredible because of what happened after it.
True.
So Chovy
They play against each other
played
over
against Faker
100
so many
times.
He says, because I've faced Faker so many times, I know how to play against him. It sounds, pretty kind of cut and dry. But then you look at the record since he said this. Nearly 90% win rate in series against Faker. Nearly 77%
That
win
is
rate
crazy.
in games domestically. But of course, even with that being said, it is still Faker, winning out internationally.
How much of that percentage do you think
That is
willing to
crazy.
give up just to win that semifinal, though?
All of it. You won the world title. That is the only thing missing from Chovy's career. Everyone knows he is the current best player in the world. Everyone knows he is capable of winning world. But until you do it, that is going to be what he is chasing.
That is what is so kind of disappointing in terms of the conversation, because Gen G, he himself won back